When your teen comes to you, you say, do you want me to listen or do you want me to help you solve this? That simple question alone just gives so much validation.
We know conversations about mental health can be tough. Previous generations lacked the mental health awareness that we have today. But just because there's less shame surrounding mental health doesn't mean it's easy to speak with our kids about the importance of it. Today we're tapping in to get a sense of how teens are dealing, what the advocates in the mental health space are saying.
Today we're actually going to show a little practice that might help you in some challenging times.
And some coping techniques to help keep us grounded. What are some of the biggest misconceptions when it comes to mental health and wellness about your generation?
When the younger generation is finally speaking up about this, they view us as too sensitive, or they view us as weak, when that's not the case. It's just like we're trying to break the toxic cycle of not being aware of your mental state.
Especially parents, like they'll look at their child and they'll think like, you're not depressed, you just don't want to clean your room. Like you just want to be defiant and you don't want to change, the way you feel. But it's really not the case. And I feel like, if a child instead had a physical, illness, then it would be looked at much differently.
How did COVID and isolation impact you and your friends?
Because of COVID, my life was on standstill and I felt stuck. I just didn't know what to do. I just isolated myself.
It wasn't the best time for me with not only what was going on with COVID, but what was going on with BLM and riots and all kinds of stuff. For me personally, at that time, I didn't feel like I had a voice.
The pandemic illuminated cracks in various systems that were already there. Many teens are using social media not to only tap into the world events, but to connect with each other. This rise of social media use in young people coincides with the rise of mental health concerns. 86% of Americans aged 16 to 24 report that social media directly impacts their happiness. Practicing good technology hygiene and setting boundaries is imperative to helping our teens manage their mental health.
If you're monitoring them and you find that they are spending hours and hours and hours on social media, or they're just completely disconnected and said, hey, I don't want to engage in the real world at all, that's kind of escaping into a fantasy world. Social media is a fantasy world. Video games create fantasy worlds. And so that's an indicator. Are they engaging in this world?
What would you say? Is social media showing up as harmful in some ways?
I don't think that social media is necessarily harmful. I think that certain personalities are harmful, and a lot of people just happen to come in contact with those personalities.
It can be a very also fun place, like TikTok. You can scroll and you see fun videos, and it's definitely a distraction from whatever possibly is going on in the real world. It releases serotonin and you're happy and you're smiling and it's other people smiling, but then it's well, why aren't I that happy?
The pressures of social media have been associated with higher rates of depression, anxiety, low self-confidence, and stress among teenagers. When our coping techniques and stress systems are chronically overwhelmed, our mental health becomes a concern. This creates a need for techniques that help keep us grounded. What are some healthy ways for coping with stress?
We have to acknowledge that we have stress. And then it's important to form language around that stress and be able to identify where the stress is coming from. What the mind can't handle, it imposes on the body. So we gotta take care of the body. So that means we need to get adequate sleep, watch what we eat, drink plenty of water, and I would say most importantly, finding community, identifying your lifelines.
I think it is super, super important for parents to address their own issues. In the taking care of the self, you are then taking care of the child, because the child is looking at you, learning from you, watching you, and they see you prioritizing rest. They see you prioritizing inner peace, right? They see you prioritizing therapy, and they see that and they say, oh, it's okay for me to do that as well.
I think the biggest thing is for everyone to engage in healing, to be transparent, to be vulnerable, to engage in empathy. Everyone has to do it, right? So I'm no better than a 13-year-old. I just have more tools in my toolbox.
Some of the most effective tools in that toolbox include meditation, which is focus and helps train the mind, yoga, which helps train the mind and body, and emotional freedom techniques, ETF, otherwise known as tapping.
We tap the meridian points that I'm gonna share with you through our bodies, which are also acupressure points, to release the stress, the anxiety, whatever challenging emotions might be moving through. I'm incredible.
I'm incredible.
I am so amazing.
I'm so amazing.
A very common misconception with meditation is that we have to completely silence our mind in order to receive benefit from it. We live in a very overstimulated world, lots of things coming at us constantly outside, on social media, within our homes. And so whenever we take the time to connect with our breath, connect with our body, this allows us to adapt to stress, find a sense of calm in the midst of the chaos.
Take some deep breaths. Inhale through your nose. Breath is the most important thing here. This is something that you could take with you in life. So in the midst of everything that's happening, breathe.
Understand that you matter first, period. As long as you can feel your best, I guarantee you, the world that you see will change.
You matter first.
Let me see you flex it up.